Okay. It's time again for the biggest show on the airwaves. It's time for the show we've all been waiting for, and this is the moment. We have it here. It's yet again another Friday, and it's time for the show. Dubbed Answers with Barry. Of course, I believe this is quite of an unusual voice you are listening to hosting the show tonight. Of course, you'll be wondering where is the chief host of the show, Mr. Barry. But of course, it's a special day, it's a special edition. That is why um, I'm kind of sitting in the hot seat today. And being your host for tonight. The show is airborne live across the length and breadth of the world on the Voice of the Nation, on YouTube. On Facebook, it's also live, of course, on modernghana.com, and across the length and breadth of the world, you can listen to us. It's exactly 10 o'clock Ghana time, 11 o'clock UK time, and of course, I guess in the United States of America, it's approximately about 6 o'clock p.m. Welcome on board once again to Answers with Barry. And tonight, our guest is the man himself, Mr. Barry. Of course, it's September, and this month marks his birthday month, and of course is the 6th of September 2024 today. And we have a special guest who is the birthday celebrant, Mr. Barry, as the guest on the show tonight, and we would be interviewing him as we celebrate his milestone. Thank you so much. Keep your comments coming in on the show, and we'll make sure we read it to everyone. And any questions you have, any contributions, any compliments you want to, put out there, make sure you do send it to us, as we will definitely read it out to the rest of the world. Have your say on the show, because it's my show, it's your show, and it's our show. This is the show of the moment. Answers with Barry is airborne. Please stay on with us.
Turn up the radio, it's time to get real. Barry's in the house with a voice that you can feel. Answers with Barry, he's got the knowledge you seek. On the Voice of the Nation, he's the host that's unique. Every question you have, he's got the answer on lock. From politics to culture, he's got it all on the clock. Tune into the show, let the beats drop. Barry Murphy's voice, it's a hip-hop. Get ready to groove, get ready to sway. Barry Murphy's got something to say. Let's turn up the volume, it's time to glow. On Voice of the Nation Radio, let's go.
Okay, we're back again. Thank you so much. And that was a wonderful interlude there. And this show is the special edition, is the first of its kind in the month of September. Of course, as I said, it's the 6th of September, Friday. And today we are celebrating the man who is the brain behind this particular show. And he's my guest for tonight. Without much ado, of course, I would entreat you to tell a friend, to tell another friend, to tune in to the Voice of the Nation Radio live on Facebook. Just log on to Facebook, and of course, go on to the page in the search engine. You can type the Voice of the Nation Radio. Answers with Barry is the show. Tell a friend to tell another friend. Share with another friend. Tell the other friend to also share. And together we make it a global show. It's our show, and we are airborne, taking over the airwaves across the length and breadth of the world on social media. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Barry. You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. Thanks for having me tonight.
Yes. It's great to be having you tonight. You are the man of the day and the man of the night today. How is the feeling like sitting on the other side today?
I mean, it's cool because like you don't have much to do. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I feel good, because
Great.
I don't have much to do. All I need to do is just be answering any questions that you have for me. But again, to our listeners, to our viewers, you're listening to the Voice of the Nation Radio. And this is Answers with Barry Show. And today, Mr. Emmanuel is our host, and I'm the guest. So I'm here to just chill and let us know one or two things. Yes.
Yes, thank you so much for your introductory comment. So that's the man we are celebrating tonight. It's a very singular honor for me tonight to be hosting Mr. Barry Murphy. Of course, he's the man of the moment, and of course, we all do know a lot about him. He's done so much, and tonight he's our guest. We're going to get up close and personal with him tonight as he celebrates his milestone of his birthday. Happy birthday to you, Mr. Barry Murphy, again. And of course, I saw something lovely on the page on the Voice of the Nation radio, of course, and TV, and they did a wonderful flyer, and it was so amazing. We also want to thank the entire family, and of course they did something amazing. It was so very nice, and a wonderful flyer plus one, and nicely designed. Happy birthday to Barry Murphy, the Chief Executive Officer of the Voice of the Nation radio and TV. And there was so much amazing. Of course, the comments were coming in thick and fast. Of course, we'll be reading some of it probably on the show tonight. But without much ado, Mr. Barry Murphy, tell us a bit about you. When we say Mr. Barry Murphy, who is Mr. Barry Murphy, please, in a nutshell?
I mean, Barry, it's Barry, who grown up in Ghana, was born in Ghana in also Ari, and also grown up in Dansoman, and then have the opportunity to go to Israel when he was young, and then moved to the States, and be to some few parts of the world, So that's a little that I'll say about Barry. And also, I started this media thing when I was back in Israel. As a matter of fact, we started back home. We were just kids then. We'll be going to Matador, if you know about Matador, so Glens, all that. And I was very young, and my big brother, anytime we're going out, it's like, he'd take me with him because, most at times, those old folks, when they're going out, they don't want their brothers or sisters to join them. But, my brother, did a lot. Now that I go there, I see how much he love and care about me because anywhere he goes, I accompany him too. So we started from there. So when we get to Israel, it's so funny. There wasn't much used to R&B and all that. It's like all they know is about house music, trance, and all those kind of songs. So by then, being at university, it's like we're doing hotel management. So we talk with one of the hotel owners and tell them we want to start to organize R&B night every Monday, because that place Fridays are like Shabbat. It's like Saturday. Fridays is like Saturday, and Sunday is Saturday, and Sundays we go to work like here. You're going to work on Mondays. So Sundays, we talk to them that we can handle the place on Mondays. So they give us that chance. We did flyers, me and my brother, we spread it all over a little bit. So I'll just cut it off. So that's a little bit about Barry. And then as the question goes on, I'll continue with the story, how I get into the media.
Exactly. Thank you so much for that debate. Obviously, we'll be getting into that, and I'll be asking. You rightly mentioned that, of course, that's the follow-up question I was going to ask. Going to ask you, how did you get into the media? Where did it start from? Was it your dream to actually be in the media industry, or you had other plans, but it ended up, having you come into the media? what at all was your dream? What at all were you aspiring to do or to be?
Yeah, so like I said, like it's so funny. In secondary school, I went to Asa school, Asamakere Secondary School. So, I mean, that's the time. My brother, like I said, anywhere he go, I accompany him to. He went to New Drabin. So, then we'll be going to he takes me to the club night. I mean, nightclub, and even my mom or my parents they don't even know we do that. You know what I mean? Because it's a long story, but then we also start getting ourselves involved like into like rap competition. We used to go to Thursday Beach on every Thursday at the Labadi Beach. I don't know if you remember those times, but I don't know. We'll be going there at night and like kind of rapping competition and all that. And I remember my brother's friends, all of them are my friends too, because it's like I hung out with them. So I remember Jerry Agbanovo, Eric, and then we have James Afuaqua, and like all those guys, my brother, Vijay Oseo, and all that. So that's the time. Fuad, all those number one, their kids also. I mean, we all go as a competition, so sometimes we sit at home, especially in our place, and we learn. And then we go to do those kind of things. It was fun, but with me, I was taking as something that I'm enjoying every Thursday night. So when we moved to Israel, like my dad, my brother was the one who went there first, and then I joined him. So in school, like I said, so we see one of the hotel owners and we talk to them, and then they give us the Monday as a day to do the R&B night. We started from there, so that's the beginning of my being to the media, to be like really get into this kind of thing. So we did flyers all over, share it all over a lot. And the first night was not much people. The next week, the next week wasn't that good, but the third week people start begin to enjoy it. So that's where the whole thing started. So we begin to do well with it, and then they have another club named Nisha. So Nisha said, okay, now it looks like these guys are doing good, so maybe we can also give them one night. And then we also have another offer from another club called Jamaica Club that they also offer us every Friday night. So it's like it was something that was, it started working. And then with us, those times we were doing for free. But when it comes to with Bell, that one was for free. But Jamaica Club and other places, they pay us. So it was fun. You're having fun and still getting paid. So it was awesome. It was, one of my best time that I can remember. We really have good time, me and my brother. So when we were there, we used to go to a place called Monkeys Pub. It's like Three Monkeys. It's a place that is a hotel, Royal Beach Hotel. So that is a place that the hotel be bringing artists from all over the world, Arrested Development and all those people. They come and perform live over there at the Three Monkeys. So one day I met the Arrested Development, and I started talking to them, and it gets like very interesting because then I wanted them also to come to the club where I be working, So they'd be like, okay, we'll see what we can do. Then they couldn't make it. So then I'd be like, maybe I can start a show or something to start interview all those artists that be coming to Three Monkeys. So I went to Red Sea radio station. They call it Kolayama Adam radio station in Elat.
Okay.
That's the only like one radio station over there. It was one radio station. So I went to them and I said that I want to work with you. They look at me. I was kid. I mean, I was about I think 18 years. I went there when I was 16. Yeah. So they looking at me like, okay, what can you do? I said, well, I work at the Bell. I work in Jamaica Club and also Nisha. Even Nisha, I have the opportunity for them to use my for commercials, right?
Wow.
Yes, it
More
was.
like a brand influencer.
Yes. So like, but then I was a little bit built up a little bit. Not now that I did my back, they put Nisha and they put me in a magazine. So it's like, I mean, I see things started working for me. The Nisha was just me, and then the radio station was just me too. So I went there, and like this. Okay, then what can you do? I said, all right. I can interview those artists coming from all over the world who perform at the Three Monkeys Pub. They said, okay, so that's where the radio business or radio, like working at a radio station, started. So they gave me the opportunity. So anyone who comes to the Monkeys Pub, I interviewed them. So it was nice. So that's how the whole thing started. And I moved to the States. When I moved to the States, I worked with the AM station. I worked with them for some time and they said, okay, they want to relocate. And then before they left, I have opportunity to work with UDR radio in New York. That's online radio. So it means I can be anywhere to broadcast. So also that's where the name is there, but that's where the Ancestors with Barry show. But before then,
wow,
I used to go to the homeless shelters. When I moved to the States, that's one of the things that I used to do. Used to go to Peace Street, Gateway Shelter, and talk with them, and also empower people, gifts and all that. So I was doing that for a while. So when I have the opportunity to work in UDR radio, I told them like I want to also do what I used to do at Colorado Red Sea radio station. But this time it's not going to be not just secular artists. It's going to be everyone that doing good in the industry or people who are making difference in the community. So they gave me the opportunity and I started, and that was it. Because then I have the opportunity to interview Dress Blessing, Selena Boateng, or most of all the artists when they come here, or they get to the States. They have to. If you don't be on Ancestors Berry show, then you haven't been anywhere. So that time was awesome.
That's right.
And then around that time, I'm like, okay, I'm thinking of maybe doing something on my own or trying to have a station too on my own. So I talked to the owner of the UDR radio that, I would like to start something on my own. And he also was very helpful. And also with all the respect that I didn't just do it on my own, like do it separate and just do it. But talk to him what I want to do. He also helped me like, okay, then this and this and that you have to do. So he helps me a lot. That's why I started the Voice of the Nation. And sometimes people will be asking me what is the voices, but
yes, that's the question I was coming to.
I'll let you,
amongst all the other names one could have found, what made you? What was the inspiration? What made you settle on this brand name, the Voice of the Nation?
Oh, okay. I'll just shout out to meet Samuel Lu. It's a good friend of mine. I see him, saying something over there.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I hope he's listening to us.
Yeah, he's listening. He's a great work, bro. Yeah, he works at the Parliament and one of the big guys here. Some be helpful, and anytime I used to work with organizations that
Mm.
I formed with some friends, but I'm not in the organization anymore.
Wow.
But I wish them all the best anyway. I'm one of the founders, but
Mm.
anyway. So Sam being the one, like, we started about 2018. Sam being one of our representatives. That's when we go home. They make sure he takes us to the Parliament House, take us to places, and
Mm.
also
Okay.
help us a lot. So Sam,
Okay.
good work. Love you, brother.
Good
Yeah.
work, Sam. Big ups to you, big man. We wish we could get you on the show, hopefully,
Yeah, very
to
soon,
do
very
that
soon.
production.
He's a
Yes.
king too now.
Oh,
But, yeah, but Sam, the only thing he's making
salute.
all the money, but he forgot about his brother. But Sam, you need to.
Oh, Sam, you for make sharp. Oh. You for wire some cash, Yeah. Anyway, on the lighter side, yes.
Yeah. So
Mm.
like, thank you for asking about how I came by the name Voice of
Yes.
the Nation. Yeah.
Yes.
So
So, mm. Yeah, please
good.
go ahead, sir.
Mhm. So
Mm.
Voice of the Nation is the name. I name it like the voice is the
Mm.
voice.
Mm.
It means a lot because
Mm.
you know even when it comes to voting, they said what you have to let your voice be heard by casting
Yes.
that vote or
Mm.
anything. Your vote is your power. That's your
Mm.
voice. That's you.
Mm.
And
Mm.
also God being the voice of
Mm.
being
Mm.
the voice of all that is
Yeah,
happening,
sure.
he have to be the voice for us too.
Mm.
So I mean, the voice is like a platform that also give the opportunity to everyone to speak or
Mm.
I mean share or I mean anything that you have that you
Mm.
think that will motivate people to a different level or something that will empower somebody. We the voice is there. I mean we the voice.
Yes.
We the voice. So like I put as the voice, which is that voice like it's not just me but it's everybody because your voice need to be heard.
Mm.
There's a lot of people out there that believe it or not, they have so much information,
Okay.
they have so much to offer, but
Mm.
nobody give them that privilege. So the
Mm.
voice of the nation will give you that privilege. Is the
More
voice.
like the voice of the voiceless.
The voice, yes, your voice have to be heard, and that's the
Yeah.
voice that can also make you be heard in every aspect of
Mm.
your life.
Mm.
Like
Mm.
everywhere that you want to go, because we deal with everything. With the
Mm.
gospel side,
Wow.
secular, it's there
Mm.
for everything. But again,
Wow.
everything have to be meaningful. You have to make a
Okay.
difference in people's
Okay.
life.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's how I came up by the name The Voice. So it's there for everyone so that their voice will be heard. I mean, when you go to tune in, they say the voice that shapes the people.
Mm.
That's when you go to tune in, that's what the logo you see, voice of the
Okay.
nation, the voice that
Okay.
shapes the people. So it's there to help, it's there to be heard, it's there to make a difference in people's life. So
Okay.
that's how I came up by the name The Voice. And it's the voice of the nation, of the world. So The Voice. Yeah.
Wow. 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 Thank you so much for that explanation. And so you're still listening to the show is the flagship show on a Friday, Answers with Barry, live on the Voice of the Nation Radio, airborne on Facebook, on YouTube, and of course on modernghana.com. You can keep your messages coming. Of course, on YouTube below the video, you can drop your comment there. Of course, on Facebook as well, and even of course on this show, and we'll make your voice heard across the length and breadth of the world. We are celebrating the man who happens to have his birth month in the month of September. He goes by the name or affectionately called Barry Murphy. He is the CEO of the Voice of the Nation Radio and TV, which broadcasts across the length and breadth of the world. It needs no introduction at all. And of course, he is our guest tonight. We are getting up close and personal with him, getting into the nitty-gritties of everything as far as Barry Murphy is concerned. This is the only show that you get all the answers to who exactly Mr. Barry Murphy is, and he's our guest for today. We've already delved into a background as to who he is. We also delved into how he came into the media industry, and we've touched the base, of course, on what exactly informed the decision to have that brand name of the Voice of the Nation Radio. We would be pushing the discussion further. Of course, it's just about 26 minutes after 10. Of course, that's if you are in Ghana GMT time. Of course, is 11:26 in the United Kingdom, and of course, I believe in the United States of America, if I'm right, it should be somewhere around 6:26 p.m., depending, of course, on where you are located. So we would be continuing with the discussion anytime from now. So keep it locked right here. A lot more of great discussion is coming up on the show. A lot more to dig into as far as the life of Mr. Barry Murphy is concerned, and we are celebrating him. Of course, he's done so much, made such impact. Is because of him we find ourselves having some of these positive content. He is not just the brain behind Answers with Barry, but I'll be coming to him as far as another big show he creates is the Kingdom Conversation, another show that is really gaining roots. It was introduced, of course, not too long ago, but it's already making the waves, and we'll be delving more into that as well on this particular platform. Mr. Barry, would you want us to take a break, or we should push the discussion forward?
All right, so we take a short break.
Okay, we take a short commercial break. We will be right back.
Turn up the radio, it's time to get real. Barry's in the house with a voice that you can feel. Answers with Barry, he's got the knowledge you seek. On the Voice of the Nation, he's the host that's unique. Every question you have, he's got the answer on lock. From politics to culture, he's got it all on the clock. Tune into the show, let the beats drop. Barry Murphy's voice, it's a hip-hop. Get ready to groove, get ready to sway. Barry Murphy's got something to say. Let's turn up the volume, it's time to play. On Voice of the Nation Radio, let's go.
Yeah. So
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We are back on the show. Thank you so much for keeping it locked right here. I can already see some amazing comments coming through, and very soon I would be reading some of the great comments that are coming through from our listeners who are listening to the show live, of course, on the Voice of the Nation Radio. And of course, Mr. Barry or Barry Murphy, you mentioned the great man, Mr. Sam, who is now again, I don't know if that is him. I see on Facebook, Sammy. Am I right? I hope I didn't murder this name, Lufu.
Yes.
Or how do you pronounce? Yeah, Lufu. He said, "Great work, bro. Very good. Evening to you, Mr. Sam, the great king." And of course, Obapa Pascal is also watching live. Obapa Pascal says, "Watching you live, uncle." And of course, Angela Deborah also says, "Good job to you." So keep your comments coming. We will be making sure we read every bit of it on the show. Back to our discussion. Welcome back from the commercial break. Yes, so we're back, Mr. Barry. We want to push the questions further. We've touched base on what actually informed the decision to bring about the Voice of the Nation Radio. So how would you say the journey has been since the inception of the Voice of the Nation Radio? Tell us a bit about it. How has the journey been like?
The journey haven't been easy, but we're still pushing and we're looking to move it to a different level.
Okay.
But with me, all that I would say is that I mean, whatever you decide to do or whatever you have in mind, and first, I mean, those days, like I mean, now we're going to we know a lot. You have to seek the face of God and the wisdom of God,
Yeah.
and also gather the courage to move with it. But you know, though those days we didn't know God that much, it's like we do, but it's like we just do anything anyhow. But the kind of belief that we have in us and the the zeal that we have in us move us to do things that later we'll be like, oh wow. Because back in Israel, we used to live in Elat. Elat is like Vegas, so it's more
Okay.
like more hotels, right? So that's where all
Yes.
the rich Jewish folks come to chill.
Mm.
So we were in the Elat University, which is like we're doing hotel management. Like I went to a Canary school for 3 years,
Wow.
and working at the same time, going to school at the same time. But then also want to have fun with it, and I think it was just a fun. But later, the fun that I'm having like money out of it. You know what I
Wow.
mean? I
Wow.
mean, there was
Sure.
a lot of challenges in it, but
Mm.
the only thing is you have to focus. So
Mm.
if even we humans can just focus and pursue things to the
Mm.
level that we want, how much more if God is with us now
That's right.
and we know He's the one directing and
Mm.
blessing us with all this wisdom,
Mm.
we can
Mm.
do more. I mean, those days
Mm.
we thought is our own ways and our own way of how smart we are. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But
Mm.
all that time was God's wisdom like divine wisdom that He blessed us with. But then we thought we're doing in a secular way, but then He was preparing us through the journey. So I mean, the journey haven't been easy, but at least we are heading towards what we want to achieve. We have achieved, but I always say this: don't let your latest achievement be the greatest thing for you, because with that you not move forward because you think you have done well. Yes, you have, but again, there's more ahead of us. So we should be able to move forward and do more. So the journey itself have never been easy, but there's more to do because I always say this. I mean, and not like a lot of people will be saying that the richest place on this earth, I mean, is the cemetery because they have a lot of people who wanted to pursue a lot of things that they couldn't, or a lot of people who have so much wisdoms, have a whole lot of knowledge that they couldn't pursue or transfer to somebody before God called them into to His kingdom. So whilst we are alive now, anything that we want to do, it doesn't matter. Anything, just take a step and believe that with the divine wisdom and direction, you will get there. So that you don't be like when you get to heaven or you get to there, you be like, I could have done this and do it. No, do it now because this is the time. So it haven't been journey, but I'll say God is faithful. Hello. Yeah. So maybe our host is
Yeah.
maybe helping me
Yes. 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 I'm still here, Mr. Barry. I'm here. I just enjoying listening to you, the journey, just looking at how far you've come, and this is simply amazing. No wonder the comments keep coming. People are listening to us. The shares and all of that shows that really people are really following the platform. Thank you to all who have shared this particular broadcast. Keep on sharing. Tell a friend to tell another friend to share it on Facebook, to share it on all the social media platforms. Join us, of course, on YouTube. You can also follow It's Live and Airborne at this point in time. Greetings to you once again, Angela, Deborah. Thank you for taking time to listen to the show. Or Papa Pascal as well. Thank you so much. And Mr. Sami, of course, thank you to all of you who are even as silent listeners out there listening to us. We really appreciate you. Without you, this show would not be made possible. So tell a friend to tell another friend that Answers with Barry is on. And today is taking a new twist and a different dimension at all. It's a surprise. Our show is a special edition with the man himself, Mr. Barry Murphy, the brain behind this particular show itself. So, Mr. Barry, yes, you've talked about the Voice of the Nation radio. I think we've looked at some of the positive aspects. We've seen some of the challenges. What would you say so far has been the greatest, or some of the greatest moments as far as the Voice of the Nation radio and TV is concerned for you?
Yes, I mean, some of the challenges is, like you're working with a team, and as a leader, you're expected to do beyond the folks that you're working with, which is like you have to have the right, like have the right plan,
Sure.
and also should be able not to convince them, but at least you all should all come together with, like, I'll put the word convince
Sure.
all of them to have one mind. That's what I mean,
That's
to pursue what you want to do,
Mm.
because it's not easy, because everybody have his plan, and everyone's opinion is respected. It's like
Sure.
everyone's opinion is best, but at
Okay.
least we all need one to follow, so that the rest will add more flavor and add it to it to get where we want to get to. So some of the challenges, like, we the leaders have to first come down to everybody's level.
That's right.
We don't have to be like, because we are leaders, so we always have to just tell people what to do.
That's
But
right.
we tell them what to do, and then we take the lead to
Wow.
make sure that we are on the same page. It doesn't matter, who the station belongs to, or
Okay.
the brain behind it, but we are working as one team, and it belongs to all of us. So that's the challenge. But again, when we talking and sharing ideas, we come to the page, and then we also pray over it, and we move with it. So that's the challenge. It's not easy, but so far as God is with us, and we acknowledge Him in everything that we do, I always say this: we disagree to agree. Everybody's opinion is very important. First of all, we have to disagree, to agree. It's not like disagree to agree means you're fighting, but everybody sharing their opinion to see which one we all think is best for us to take to forward. So because He's always with us, and because we acknowledge Him in everything that we do, though it's a challenge, but we always be in the winning side.
Wow. That's very, very, very profound, very thought-provoking. And so, yes, you spoke about the challenges, but obviously, like you mentioned, that in life there are good times and down moments. What will you say are some of the greatest achievements, or some of the positive or things that you've been able to achieve, that really some good memories or good moments for you? What are some of those you can really recount?
Yes, when it comes to things that I'm able to achieve that I'm really, really proud of, it's like sometimes, like, we coming together and going to the homeless shelters, to put smile on people's faces.
Wow.
That's one of the greatest things that when I remember, it always makes me happy, because sometimes people think those people over there, people be saying, oh, they are lazy. Why should you, help all these people? They can go look for a job to do and all that. But then, if you don't get close to people, or you don't get close to someone, you don't know much about that person.
That's
So the
right.
more you get close to them, the more you see what they're going through or what they have been through. And with that, it's like you know that God has blessed us so much. I'm not happy they are in that position,
Yeah.
but what it is it also tells me that God is always with me, because if I have roof over me and I have 3 meals to eat every day, and somebody don't have roof over him but have to sleep under the bridge, I'm not happy. But I see how much God loves me. So with that, I mean, they are also praying for God to also help them. So if one or two people come together with me and we can put a smile on those people's faces, I see it's like, I'm very happy, and I see I've achieved something. One time we went to, I think I talked about it before, and I always say this. We went to the shelter, and I met this guy because there's one place that I always go. I've been to different places, but um, this place, since I started going to that place, I always be going there, and I'll tell you the reason why. It's Gateway History in Atlanta, Georgia. And this guy, anytime you go with things, they ask one of the homeless guys to help you pack the stuff. If you have to take food or water to the kitchen, you do. Clothing to wherever, they help you pack everything. So this guy was helping me, and I love to talk, and I'll be telling people this is what I talk to be paid, so I love talking. So we start having a good conversation, and these guys sound intelligent. Every question and everything this guy says
Okay.
is so meaningful. So when he went to the kitchen to put water and other things, they just ran to the front desk and then asked them about the guy. And what he said is, here, this guy is a medical doctor. He has been in school for 7 years. Now it's time for him to practice. And this guy have got dementia. So what it is when he talk with you within 2 3 minutes, you don't remember anything anymore what you guys talk about. So with that, he can practice because he himself is sick. So they have to bring him to the shelter to have assistance, right? So I mean, I was so touched and moved, very sad, and also like I'm like, wow. Sometimes you can't question God. I'll be like, why then you have to go through all these 7 years? And then now that the opportunity have come for him to practice and make money and just enjoy what he has gone through, this is the time he got dementia. But you can't question God. So it's also part of it. So I was touched and sad that very day. And these are the kind of people. There are some people also over there that because of sickness, they have they don't have any more money. So they have
That's
to go
right.
there for assistance. Some also maybe when they were young, they didn't they did bad things and they end up in
Yeah.
jails.
Mm.
So when they are out, nobody want to accept them in their
Associate.
business or go to
That's right.
any work. They don't want to, accept the application
Yeah.
because they know that they have caused felony, right?
That's right.
So I mean, it's just by His grace that we are okay, not okay, but I
Mm.
mean, we have a roof over our head and
That's right.
everything is going on well for us.
Yes.
We can be in their
Mm.
situation anytime,
Mm.
any moment. It's just
Mm.
by the grace of God.
Mm.
Because there are some people who end up in jails and they
Mm.
didn't even do what
Commit
they
any
did
offense.
accused.
That's right.
You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? So and we have to be quick to judge
Yeah.
and also be very careful when we meet people, how we treat them.
That's right.
So I mean, going to the shelters,
Mm.
like I say, one of the achievements that I think me and my team are
Okay.
able to achieve.
Mm.
And then I love going to that particular place. Why? Because they train them,
Mm.
and then other organizations accept them for them to work so that they can also take care of themselves. It's not like you have
Wow.
to be there every time, but learn some trade, learn some skills, and go out there to also depend on themselves. So that's why I love it. And that's one of the achievements that I'm proud of, and I will always be proud of doing that, me and my team.
Wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. Thumbs up for that. We would be coming back to that maybe to for you to really throw more light on it. What times you usually do that, and maybe how listeners can also get involved if there's any support or contribution they may want to also make to support this worthy cause, because I believe it's really a worthy cause and you're really making a great impact. So let me just chip in this comment. Is 46 minutes after of course 10 p.m. in Ghana, 46 minutes after 11 in the United Kingdom, and of course about 46 minutes after 6 of course in the United States of America, depending on the state you are in and across the length and breadth of the world. You still live on the Voice of the Nation radio. This show is streaming live on YouTube on the Voice of the Nation radio. It's also live on Facebook on the Voice of the Nation radio. Also, it broadcasts on modernghana.com. Is the flagship show, Answers with Barry. And today, the guest for the show is the man himself, Mr. Barry Murphy. Comments coming in. Angela Deborah sends this message via Facebook. Angela Deborah wants Mr. Barry to know that she's very inspired by the amount of effort you put into everything that you do. So that's a great compliment coming in for you. Of course, Angela Deborah Leon said, good job. And of course, Obapa Pascal says she's still watching live. He's watching you, his uncle, Mr. Barry, live, of course, via Facebook. And Mr. Sammy, of course, says, great work, bro. So the listeners are really, really tuned into this show. Of course, a lot more listening on Facebook and, of course, on YouTube. Keep your comments coming. We really treasure and value your comments, and we'll make it read to the rest of the world for them to know, because the show is all about you. Without you, we cannot be doing what we are doing here. You are major stakeholders and a part of the show we haven't in here. So, Mr. Barry, you've talked about that. That's very good. The positives, the negatives, the journey so far, the Voice of the Nation radio. Going forward, let's look at what actually necessitated the decision to begin the show Answers with Barry. Yeah. And how has the journey with that been like?
Yes, so,
because I've seen great people being interviewed on the show, massive people. And what's your secret? How do you get these people on board? And how have you been able to be consistent in doing this? You've done some great interviews with top personalities in the United States, some which I told you personally blows my mind. How do you manage to do this?
One, I would say, like, all is the help of the Almighty, because it's not how smart, it's just by His grace that He created that network for me to have the opportunity to meet those people.
Okay.
But the answers will vary. I'll put the answer in my name, but God have all the answers.
Amen.
But one thing is, like, when you say answers will vary, like sometimes it's open to everyone. I'm talking to Christians, Muslim, Buddhists. It's it's open for everyone, and artists, secular, everyone. But then when I was in Judea, before when I was in this AM station and Red Sea radio station, is about interviewing and just playing songs, right?
Wow.
So the AM station is just playing songs and all that, just like a DJ style, right?
Okay.
But then during that time, I started going to the homeless shelters. So that's where I begin to talk with people and I see what is going on in people's life and all that. When it comes to the shelter, it's one of my, I'm not saying it's my favorite place. It's a place that anytime I go,
that's right.
I'm always happy to just put a smile on someone's face.
That's right.
I'm not happy it's like that, but we have no choice. In life, that's how it is. So at least when I go there, I'm able to talk with people. I learn a lot. So then I said, okay, when you do radio, ask me to be part of their team. I said, this is what I want to do. I want to like interview people or come out with a topic that also will be very meaningful to people. So even during that time, sometimes I came out with a topic like has the slave trade help us like this has the slave trade caused more harm or has helped us, so
Yeah, have
sometimes
they done? Yeah, sure.
sometimes I create my own
Good
topic
one.
and the technology of today has it help us or cause more harm. So sometimes I create a topic myself and I just be sitting and just be talking and the people will be calling in and also contribute or ask questions. So,
Wow.
you know, it's buried, but I know God get all the answers. And sometimes, to my surprise, some questions that they be asking, the way I answer it, I know for sure it's Him who blessed me that
Mm.
answer to give it out because I know that's the name to be answers with God. But sometimes when you say God, it means He's so big in a way that there are some things you don't have to put Him there, but put yourself. But everybody know He's above you and He's in control of it. He's in control of
Mm.
all that you do. So that's how the name came about. But really, His answers with God. He got all the answers. But I just put my name there to just So that's how
Wow.
they.
Wow. That's very detailed. So much to talk about. I think even this day alone will not even give us enough time to exhaust
Yeah.
because there's so much for us to talk about. And I believe probably in subsequent shows, time permitting and by God's grace, we're going to be talking more because I can see the listeners and would want to hear more. There's so much an interesting conversation. I'm enjoying every bit of the conversation. So much to pick up from it. But let's push it a bit forward. Going forward. So yes, we've looked at the answers with Barry and all of that. What are some of the key highlight shows you really enjoyed? Interviewing the personalities you really, of course, I believe you enjoyed interviewing every person. But what's are some of the very remarkable ones you can mention for us in terms of the people you've hosted that you really enjoyed? And of course maybe the challenging one, the ones you had a tough time in terms of the people you were interviewing. Yeah.
Yes, I remember 2C with Akon.
Mm.
I have the opportunity to interview him, and
Yeah.
also Tim Pound, who is the chief sheriff of Douglas County. I'm in Douglas County,
Okay.
and before he became the chief sheriff of Douglas County, he came on my show,
Mm.
and then he was like, for people to vote for him, and I told him, look, I mean, anyone who comes on this show, anything that you want God to do for you, will do it.
Mm.
And he became
Prophet.
the chief sheriff. Like when we talk about chief sheriff, let's put it this way: like the
Okay. Tell
IGP,
me. Mm.
like but Georgia is bigger than Ghana, right?
Okay.
And one county is like it's a state, but it's a
Wow.
big city.
Mm.
Yeah, so like Atlanta will be bigger than Accra. You know what I mean? So like
Wow.
he's I'm not Atlanta, so Douglasville will be like he's the chief IGP of so
Yes. Sure.
that county. So he's the
Mm.
chief sheriff of Douglas County, right?
Mm.
So I have the opportunity for him to be on it. I have some powerful noble men, and everyone is noble in a way who have
That's
been on it. And then I can't remember all, but
that's
by the
fine.
grace of God, a lot of people, powerful men of God, powerful women of God, gospel artists, secular artists, all of them have been on it. And anytime they come on it, it's like, whatever they're doing, they want their records or whatever they brought on this show by the grace of God, it always works for them. So I'm telling everyone, to be a part of what we're doing because we are the voice,
Sure.
you know, just come on. Sometimes, people like, we're there to, if you donate, fine. If you have to pay, yes, we let you pay. But sometimes some
Mm.
people also don't have it at all. We
Yeah.
consider, we work with everyone depending on how the situation is, you know. So we are there for everyone, especially Ancestry Berry. Mhm.
Wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. Fantastic one there. So this is the Answers with Barry show, and today I'm interviewing the man who is the birthday celebrant, Barry Murphy. We're getting up close and personal, getting into the nitty-gritties of his life, the career in terms of media, his set up the Voice of the Nation radio and TV, and all of the other things he's been doing. And Mr. Barry,
Yeah.
is it possible to give me the other jingle for that the other show? I guess you know that particular show because we're going to delve into that one
Yes, but
very soon. Is it
you know,
possible? Yeah,
yes, I can because
I want listeners
I
to
have
know what
yes, I
what
know
we are getting. Yeah,
you get into Kingdom Conversations.
yeah. I love that one. I love that.
Yeah,
There's a
yes,
lot I have for you on that.
yes,
We
yes,
have to talk about. Yeah,
yes,
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 yes, yes,
yes.
yes.
I love that one too. The answers with Gary have been
It's
there
also
for a long
great. It's massive,
time.
yes, but we've delved in we've talked a lot about that. So since we're talking about the Voice of the Nation and you happen to have that, I want to just ask a question, some few questions as to that particular show as well for to understand that because it's something remarkable. I want to ask a certain questions. So I don't know if you want to give me a little something little, or I should just move straight into if it wouldn't be so possible.
Oh,
Maybe I should move into the question or
yes, yes, please.
okay. But I believe all the listeners know probably you would hear that intro and that lovely jingle, which is so encouraging. I always love to hear it. Probably next week, which is Wednesday. Make sure you tune in. And before we end the show, we'll be talking much more about the time we run all these particular shows so that our listeners can know more about it and they can follow us on it. But let me take a quick of course, comment from our listeners. They are tuned in, really doing very well. I have some new comments coming through. Angela Dupoku, greetings to you, Angela, wherever you find yourself. Thank you so much for being a devout listener of this show. We really appreciate you, and wherever you are listening to us from, thank you so much. She says, one thing I have learned on this platform is that with God, all things are possible. That is very didactic, very, 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 very profound comment there. And Angela Edupoku, really appreciate that. Of course, Angela Edupoku follows it up again. Amazing, amazing. It looks like Angela is winning the top fan or the top listeners for tonight. It's amazing. She said, my favorite is Kingdom Conversation. I love that program.
Yeah,
Angela, what makes you love that program? Send me a message and we'll read it to the rest of the world. So we come into that show. I also love that show, and we're going to be asking Mr. Barry questions about that particular show. So unfortunately, we cannot play that song. I needed that song to really energize me as we move into the arena. But it looks like Mr. Barry, for other reasons, anyway, we'll still move on. Angela Dupuku also says, God bless you, Mr. Barry. So Angela, you're doing amazing. Thank you so much to you wherever you find yourself. So let's delve into the show, Kingdom Conversation. Mr. Barry, you are the brain behind that. You told me about the show. We had some discussions of what the concept you wanted to bring on board. And finally, we were able to roll it out. We've had great times. I've personally witnessed it. I've been on myself a couple of times. We've had wonderful discussion. What actually came to mind? Because you were running Answers with Barry and other shows, but all of a sudden, what really, drew you to actually create a show that has a gospel, a Christian content attached to it?
Yeah, so we know when it comes to Answers with Barry shows, it's about everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about everything, especially people writing books, gospel, artists, secular, and everything. But the Kingdom Conversation is all about the kingdom.
Exactly.
And like you said, we talk about even about years before even this thing came up, because most of the time when we're talking, we talk about things that is happening, the men of God are doing, the women of God are doing. We are not there to justify or we're not there to blame anybody, but it's like, hey, we also order this is about to bring the Bible into reality and also to apply it to our daily life. Because a lot of people are there preaching, spreading the good news, but they are not doing all of the work. They just putting out there, most men of God have turned themselves into a signboard just showing people the right way, but they themselves, they are not going. Because they just telling people the right thing and they are not following the right steps.
Okay.
So Kingdom Conversation is there to just, bring the Bible into reality. We talk about everything. What I love about Kingdom Conversation is when we bring men of God, we give them 40 minutes to treat their topic, and then how other men of God, you also being one of them, asking questions. And the question is like freestyle. It's like we don't try to sugarcoat anything. We'll put it as it is, and you answer it the way we want it to be answered. I remember we talked about this. Ed Martin was on it, and he was talking about marriage, and a question was thrown to him that this Muslim have 4 wives, and then
yes. Oh, that's true.
What do you have? What he have to do now? All the wives have to go. He said yes, but then people like no. I love that because
I love it.
Yes, we need to bring things into reality.
Exactly, and Angela testifies to that. That's her favorite show.
Yeah, because if one of them have to go, who have to go? Maybe you have kids with all of them. So I mean, though really I don't know, but in the Bible, in the Old Testament, I know this old folks, they used to have a lot of wives, but now we say 1 to 1, right? That is somebody who didn't grow up in a Christian home or don't know anything about all that, and now he married all wives, and he's a Muslim now who converted to be a Christian.
Yes.
To my understanding, what I
learned. What's your take? Yes. Talk to me. Tell us what would be your take on it?
Yes, me.
If you were in that position,
I look like up to God in His own divine wisdom, his own divine way to work through me to let this happen. Like me do the right thing.
Okay.
Because I can't let any of them go.
Wow.
Maybe the one, yes. I mean, in some wisdom, will find a way. Maybe they will get tired of me and leave.
Yeah.
But then you can't just leave because now I'm a Christian. What about even the one, you have kids with all of them. So what are you going to do? Do you understand what I mean? There are some things that we all have to be honest. We all have some skeletons
in our couple. That's right.
Look,
mercy, Lord.
Like the book Last Manna, it say everything comes to light sooner or later when the Almighty God was.
Wow.
So now, if that light shines on you, then everybody's gonna know who you are. Do you know how many people are in the church? I don't want to go there.
Wow, go there, please.
From the middle of God, the least person. If God will expose them, you'll be surprised.
Yeah.
Because they are not exposed, and someone's phone has been exposed.
Yes.
They pretend like they are angels, and then say, but what you are doing is worse than even what the person did.
Mercy, Lord. And I think there's a scripture that points out that you should first remove that thing that is in your eye before going to
someone.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about fornication, but at the same time, you are gossiping about your brother or your sister.
Exactly. Yeah. Mercy, Lord.
So we have to be careful.
Yeah.
We have to be very careful about the way we handle things. Let God, in His own wisdom, though you, the man of God, know this guy is a thief, tell him just in a very nice way, like don't steal. But sometimes the problem we have is we don't get closer to the people because sometimes you don't even know why that person is doing that.
Yeah, that's true.
It can be spiritual, it can be financial, it can be anything.
That's right.
So when you get closer to the person, then you say, then you can also have a way to help that person.
Sure.
Or we can say, my try, also for my trying. You understand what I mean? So you need to get closer. People are really sucking people out of the church than bringing the people to the church. But one thing I want people to know is that that church is a hospital.
Wow.
All of us, we have problems. That's why we're going.
Wow.
So we're going for God to have mercy upon us. If we are righteous, why Christ have to come for us? If you're righteous, you don't have to come.
Yeah, and the scripture says, you know, he did not come to save the already, but he came for those, you know, out there who have not yet been saved, unbelievers. And that's why I think the scripture even says he will go after that lost one, you know, when the need arises, or you know, we are recognizing the fact that those who are saved have already been saved. I came to save those who've not yet, you know, received the salvation. Yeah.
All we need is the grace. The grace.
That's right.
For us to go through things that we can do. And look, nobody is superhuman. I'm talking about Archbishop and all. We're all humans.
Yeah.
Believe me, there are some things I don't want to say now, but
that's right.
If like Joseph ran away, Joseph ran because everything wasn't making.
Wow, yeah, Mr. Brian, I think you probably next week you'll be our guest on you should be in the hot seat on Kingdom. Wow, I'm already enjoying it. Whoa.
Yeah, because
the conversation has just begun.
I love it because it's like it's some people living and they talk like they are superhuman beings. But we are not superhuman beings. We are humans. That's why he sent the Holy Spirit to come and help us. He sent his grace so that we can go through it with him. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
It's not how smart, it's not how powerful, it's not how much you can pray.
That's right.
Believe it or not, when they put you and a woman in a room and say, sister, brother, praying. You know, we don't have to go there, but when it comes to kingdom conversation, we say it all because
that's right.
We have to be aware. We have to look.
That's right.
Me, if I know I'm a thief, if I can recognize my thing, like recognize things that I do that doesn't please God.
Yeah. Our weaknesses and deficiencies.
Exactly. So I know I'm a thief. So I have in my mind that I'm a thief. The only thing I have to do is every time I have to remember myself, who I am, so that I can be careful. You understand what I mean? So when I go somewhere that, you know, I can take something, I have to just remember myself. Remember, our God is omnipresent. He's everywhere. So I'm not there to please you and just, you know, me please you and then I'll be doing other things. He sees everything.
Okay.
So sometimes when we talk about, oh, he's a born again and now he have changed, which symbolize they put you in the water and take you out, all things. It's true, but you have to work on it. If you don't work on it, believe me, you go up there. That's where the enemy will disgrace you because it's with you. But if you have in mind, say, me a comfort, every day you have that thing, it's ringing. So anytime you get closer to something, you know you're a thief. So don't do it, you will not do it. But then if you say, oh, you make my over you sell it, you will panic it.
That's right.
So that's what kingdom conversation is, you know. You know, when it comes to that, I can talk because I love it.
Exactly. Wow.
You know,
the conversation is just getting interesting.
Yes, but you know, our time is, you know, so.
Oh, wow.
There's going to be part 2.
There's going to be a part 2. I think definitely we will be doing this, God willing, maybe next week. We definitely have to continue because we did not get anywhere with the questions. We've just even begun on the kingdom conversation and it's amazing. But it looks like you're saying, our time is already up, right?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So do we have to end it here?
Yes, you can give us another 2 minutes. And
another 2 minutes. Okay. Yeah, so like you said, there will be a part 2 because we need, we're still celebrating your birthday and it's amazing. So Angela has a question, a comment here. Thank you so much, Angela. Let me run this message by our listeners. Thank you so much, all who are listening to us. It's still The Answers with Barry, and this is a special edition on the Voice of the Nation Radio, live on YouTube, live also on Facebook. You can tune in and listen to us. And it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. So Angela Dupoko says there is a particular man of God that he calls his name Apostle General. He's very, very good. He's very good. Oh, yes, Apostle General, wherever you are, good evening, and we salute you. I was trying to get Apostle on the show, but I don't know where he is now. It looks like Apostle has been off for some time. I don't know where he is. I've been trying to reach out to him to see if he could have been on this show, but probably maybe the next part 2 definitely will need people like Apostle and others as we celebrate Mr. Barry, because they've also been with him for long and they have much I'm sure they'll want to say.
Been with us for a long time, and Apostle
yes, I remember Apostle years back. Even sure. We cannot do without Apostle.
A lot of things that Apostle be doing for us, and Apostle have been a great man. And we talk of Afro Tales that we used to do.
Wow,
behind it. There's a lot of things, and we also have a lot of things coming up. We have Work It Out. It's about marriage. So it's coming up very soon, and also we're gonna have a few folks also gonna talk to us about, using our local heads. We have Dr. Wanda and all those people. So we have a lot of things in the pipeline coming up. We have a lot of things coming up. But again, if you want to contact us, like you said, you can
go ahead.
Call us or call me on 404-988-5691. You can also email us Voice of the Nation Radio, and Instagram, TikTok, all the social media handles. You can just send messages to us. But then those who want to advertise, anything that you want to advertise, we are there for you. And come and support, to be part of what we're doing. And then today, I'm also really enjoying it because all the time I have to be doing all the talking, but now I'm just chilling and also answering questions. So to all my listeners and all our followers and all those who've been on it for the first time, we want to say thank you, because like he said, without you, we don't exist, right? So
that's right.
Make it more powerful for your support, your every way of supporting us. We thank you all. I really appreciate it. And then
yes.
He's the man for the day. You understand what I mean?
You are the man. You're the man, Mr. I have some comments I should have even read them on the Voice of the Nation Radio, the page. People also really want to celebrate you so much. And it's amazing. So people like Miss my pastor, that's the name I see there, says happy birthday, director, happy birthday to you. And of course other comments, the likes of course Augustine Kumsin, they all send their messages across board, some in some language I cannot read, but Baba Musa also says happy birthday to you, boss.
Yes, I think they said it in Hebrew, like some say Shanatova and
yes. Okay. So from Sandra Dankwa, thank you so much for your message. Baba Musa says happy birthday to you, boss. May the Almighty Allah protect you and bless you. Long life and good health. Stella Nunga also says happy birthday, my brother. May God grant you the desires of your heart. First and foremost, good health, peace, harmony, and prosperity. So that is it from Stella Nunga, and many more messages that came through. Thank you all for sending your messages, your birthday wishes. We're so grateful to you. Of course, to everyone who was part of this particular show tonight. Angela Dupoku, thank you so much for your messages. Of course, you were the top fan for tonight's show. Angela Deborah, also thank you so much for being a part of it. Papa Pascal, and of course to Mr. Same, thank you so much for your message as well. You all made the show a success tonight. It's been great. Mr. Barry, do we have to draw the curtain, because I think you were saying the time. Is it, can we go further, or we have to probably put a break?
Yeah, we have to continue next time.
Next time. So this is just the part one. Yes,
Yes.
God willing, next week.
Yeah,
Watch
next
out.
week.
Some big surprises coming up for you on the show. Kingdom Conversation is up next week, Wednesday. Watch out for something big on the show. And of course, the Answers with Barry will also follow up next week as well. So on Wednesday, Friday, keep it locked right here on the Voice of the Nation radio, on YouTube, on Facebook, on modernghana.com. Oh, on modernghana.com is amazing. I've just been listening to it every time. Some very inspiring music, gospel
Yes.
music. Just
Yes.
tune in and your soul will be uplifted. It's amazing over there. You would never regret you did. So, Mr. Barry, just before we go, your final words to the listeners out there as we draw down the curtain on tonight's edition.
Yeah, so my final words is to my family, to
Yeah,
my good
yeah,
friends, my brothers, my sisters, to
sure.
all my followers,
Mm,
all our viewers,
mm.
all I'll say thank you to those. I mean, Voice of the Nation, it's though I'm the CEO, but
Oh, wow.
everything I didn't come out everything by myself.
That's right.
All those who supported, all those who are being a part of it from what about 10 years ago
Wow.
to this time.
Still
All I
standing.
want to say is thank you, and I really appreciate everyone's opinion, support,
Sure.
and all
Mm.
my homeless shelter folks. I want to
Wow.
say thank you all, and like um, uh, I'm not like I said this, but not like
Uh-huh.
anybody who want to be blessed or to be part of the giving
Yes,
ministry.
that's it.
We,
Tell us, please.
from next week. Next week we'll be here again, but you can contact us on 404-988-569.
Okay.
It's not just money. You can support it by praying for us, the
Sure,
water
sure,
on the trees, anything.
sure,
Anything
sure.
that God touch your heart to give, we are
Mm.
ready for it. And also, any show that happens around ATL, we can be your social media sponsors. Like
Wow.
recently, Yada Pass, which is what on Saturday,
Oh,
on
yes. An
31st
amazing
of
show by
yeah,
all
it
standard.
was by Daughters of Glorious and
Wow.
Heaven.
Big one.
We really have good time. It was
Mm.
awesome. And
Wow.
Yada is here to stay. So next
Wow.
year at the same time, they will be here to celebrate.
Amazing.
And Yada is
Mm.
giving me praise. So we here they we come together to praise the Almighty.
Okay.
So a big thanks to all my fans and
Mm.
to my hosts. Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel, for hosting me today.
Thank you too for
I
for
really
for for
appreciate
t-
it. And
for
then
really
also
accepting.
Samuel Lu, Obapa,
Oh, yes.
Angela Deborah, and
Yes.
Poku. Thank you all
Yes.
guys for
Yes. Yes. Yes.
sharing and also
Sure.
your comments. It's
Sure.
really, really, really important, and I really appreciate all of you. God bless everyone who tuned in to listen and watch us tonight. Thank you.
There was a message from, I don't know if this is for the show, Crate Tactical. He says, "What is your favorite color?"
Oh,
I don't know if that
really?
was.
You want my favorite color is blue.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So Crate Tactical. I don't know if this question has been answered. Mr. Bai said his favorite color is blue. I
Oh, so
hope
if
that,
you want to get me some t-shirt or get me some shirt,
yeah,
it's up to
maybe
you. Get me
for
like
the
extra one.
birthday.
That'll be good.
That's right. That's right. That's
And
nice. That's
again, I
nice.
want to say happy birthday to all the September born folks,
September Bonds.
all of you, and God should bless all of us, bless us with spiritual wisdom,
Amen.
and make decisions that line up with His word, and
Amen.
we will not lack anything. He will
Mm.
bless us so that we can also be a blessing to those who are in need. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. It's been a wonderful time, an awesome time. Thank you so much for watching the Voice of the Nation radio and TV from the studios in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you so much for watching. We are so very grateful that you are watching the Voice of the Nation TV and radio live from the studios in Atlanta, Georgia. Across the length and breadth of the world, it has been the show Answers with Barry running across, of course, on YouTube, of course, on Facebook, and everything is live there. You can go back and listen to the replay of this particular show on YouTube, The Voice of the Nation Radio, on Facebook, The Voice of the Nation Radio, and do remember to like the page, subscribe to the channel, and tell a friend to tell another friend. Drop your comments there, and we would be glad to get back to you. The Voice of the Nation Radio is your choices dial across the length and breadth of the world. Do make a date with us, same time next week, Wednesday, on Kingdom Conversation, exactly 11 p.m. UK time, 10 p.m. Ghana time, and 6 p.m. US time. And of course, Answers with Barry, God willing, on Friday, we would be coming back with something big, exactly 11 o'clock UK time, 10 o'clock Ghana time, 6 o'clock p.m. US, depending, of course, on the state you find yourself. And this has been the special edition with Mr. Barry, who was our guest tonight on the show. Until we meet, same time next week, thank you all for being a part of the show. May the good Lord be with us all, and have a very good night. Signing out is me, Pastor Emmanuel.
Thank you.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Turn up the radio, it's time to get real. Barry's in the house with a voice that you can feel. Answers with